The Bold Conversation series provides a platform to showcase world leaders who are truly making an impact on SDG 7. Today, I have the privilege of speaking to Mr. Zachary Ayieko, the Deputy Cabinet Secretary of the Ministry of Energy in Kenya. Kenya, as you know, is very dear and very, very important, not just to the continent, but also into the energy access challenge that we have globally. Kenya is truly a shining example of what is possible for developing countries that are striving to eliminate energy poverty and also achieve a just and inclusive energy transition. Kenya has made tremendous strides in a relatively short space of time. So, Deputy Minister, in your role as the Global Theme Champion on Energy Access, what are the key topics you would like to bring to the global attention?
Thank you, Damilola. Of course, as you have just ably said, we have done quite a lot, but of course, we have got quite a number of challenges. The key topics I would like to be brought, to bring the attention of the Global Theme as a theme champion is one, universal access to energy. That is one area that we are really concerned about. The world needs to embrace universal access to energy. And energy here, we are referring to both electricity and clean cooking as a cornerstone of human development, economic growth, and climate change adaptation. The second item is access to clean cooking. While pushing for the universal access to energy, access to clean cooking is becoming very, very useful now. And we are, of course, the whole world is realizing this is a major area of focus. And we need everybody to have access, every person in the world to have access to clean cooking. And this must be tackled on equal basis, just like what we have done in electricity access. As I mentioned earlier, electricity access has been very successful in Kenya in spite of the challenges, just because of a lot of focus from the government. And now the same government, having realized that we are doing very well on electricity access, is now focusing on clean cooking.
Thank you so much, Deputy Minister. I think, you can't over-exaggerate just how important clean cooking is to the continent. And again, we're really, really proud that Kenya is really taking that leadership position to showcase how it should be done for other African countries as well. In your experience, Deputy Ministers, with the issues and the work you've been doing in Kenya, how is the Kenyan government, using the platforms they have and these plans to really raise ambition to accelerate the action on SDG 7? What are the key programs or initiatives that the Kenyan governments are putting together to make sure this is done?
As we have just mentioned, we have made significant progress towards achieving universal access to electricity. Over the past 8 years, as you have ably mentioned, we have raised our access to electricity from below 30%, about 25% in 2011, to over 75% now. With this success rate, which we know was because of direct involvement by the government and also involving the private sector, we now need to raise our attention much more to clean cooking. And Kenya is now channeling its focus to access clean cooking, beginning with a progressive policy, regulatory and fiscal instruments, as well as partnership with the private sector. Thus, our target is to raise this, the access to clean cooking from the current about 30%, which is very low, to the universal access rate of 100% by the year 2030. In fact, our ambition is to have this achieved even 2 years before the 2030. And that's our ambition because this, we believe we can be able to achieve this because of the experience we have had from the universal access to electricity. If we apply the same access, ambition on the clean cooking, we are able to achieve that.
Thank you so much, Deputy Minister. I think what you've drawn out as key is the governance structure in place and the main things in terms of making sure that there's right policies and regulations and ease of doing business for private sector to come in. We all know the private sector is key to the SDG 7, but we know it can't happen without good governance. So I just want to thank you for taking part of this Big Bold series and obviously appreciate you for all the great work you're doing. Really, really are a role model for the African continent.